Yo, welcome back. This is the Cineteria Interview 4.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's Gary and G3. How we doing?
Yes, sir. So, Garen, where are you from?
Shit, man, I'm from New Hampshire. Real close to Boston, about an hour away from Boston. Grew up, born and raised in New Hampshire.
Why you start making music?
Shit, I mean, like, back in middle school, we had, like, a bunch of kids that was doing it. Just, like, messing around with it. And I always felt like I had, like, that same energy they had or whatever, but if not better. I started out as a joke. I feel like everybody kind of starts out as a joke, you know? And, just take it a little bit more serious as the years go on. I feel like that really what started it anyway. Just little kid shit at the school. Kids was doing it, and I felt like I could do it too.
Hell yeah! So how old were you when you started? Like what grade?
I used to make shit under a different name. If you know, you know. I ain't gonna say it, but if you know, you know. I would say probably like 15, 16 years old when I started.
Damn.
Yeah, so just about almost 10 years now.
Have you always had the same style you had now?
No. I used to do like some R&B shit, pop shit. Still like occasionally might mess around, do some R&B shit, but more or less like hip hop, rap, rage shit now.
That's fire. And why do you like the style that you currently have? Like what made you pick that?
Yeah. Shit. I mean, I really like the music. I like the sound. I like the energy at the shows. Like even as a kid growing up, I used to go to the shows and shit. I remember I went to a Lil Uzi Vert concert in Boston, and that I felt like that changed like my outlook on everything. Like just seeing the people rage in the crowd and get turned up. That was like real eye opening for me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love the sound. I love the energy in this. There's like a huge fan base with this kind of music, and it feels more at home than like singing R&B pop type stuff.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of artist concerts that you've been to, what artists are your favorite now, and what artists have you derived inspiration from?
Yeah, I mean there's a huge list of artists right now. I would say like really right now I listen to a lot of underground stuff. I've always really wanted to like be tapped in with the underground, being that I'm in the underground,
Sure, yeah.
Obviously my little bro Zach, love that motherfucker. I love his music, and if he wasn't my brother, I'd still bump his music. And I say that to anybody. I love Zach's music. Another big inspiration to my sound and my craft and everything I do comes from Lancey Foe. I feel like he don't get the credit he deserves coming from the UK. He has a lot of love in the United States, but not enough, I feel like. And he really helped out with. I actually met Lancey at a Boston show. He did a show in Boston, did a little U.S. tour, and I went to that show, talked to him and stuff like that. And I showed him a little bit of my music. I didn't want to be too much like pushy on it, just because it was a meet and greet.
Yeah, for sure.
But I showed him some shit. Lancey Foe, yeah, for sure, he's the one. And I mean, you got the big artists. You got Uzi, Cardi, Future. All of them. I grew up listening to them too. That 2016 SoundCloud era, I was like the right age for that. That was my era. Also making music at that time helped out, but that I would say like Uzi, Cardi, maybe some Future. And the list goes on. I know I'm missing a bunch right now.
Yeah.
The list goes on. That whole era, 2016 era, that opened my eyes.
Was Lancey Foe a big reason you made the Jerk album?
He wasn't even really doing Jerk at that time.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't really know who started the whole Jerk shit. I think I just seen, bunch of people doing it. I saw Netspan doing it. Shout out Netspan, boy hard. I just saw a bunch of artists doing it, and it was blowing up. Me and Zach was like, damn, this shit kind of hard. And it was kind of new when I dropped the Jerk EP. But it was new at that time, and I was like, I really like this sound. I like the beats, and producers that I work with occasionally were sending me a bunch of shit like that. So I was like, fuck it, let's make this.
Do you have any specific genres of music that you don't make now, but you would like to make in the future?
I really like it's not that I would want to, steal the sound at all because he does it really well. But Too Hollis,
For sure.
the way that he's able to mix, hip hop, rap with like the EDM, dubstep,
Yeah.
that type of shit, I think that's the coolest shit on earth. I think that's so creative. And I think I seen Jace just tweet something out on X that he's a musical genius, and I agree with that, 100%. Like that's hard. That's not easy to do. You know, I make music myself. I know that's not easy, and I would love to try that. It's hearing that shit. Like I could see that at a concert going crazy.
Yeah.
Whenever I think of like shit I want to do, I just envision people turning up in the crowd to that. Like that's what I want. I want people, feel good in the crowd, like mosh pits and shit. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be cool. And then maybe some like R&B shit. Like I got the background with the R&B shit. Not that it was very serious then, but I would like to take that a little bit more serious and maybe dive into that.
For sure. So I see you have this 5-star group, 5-star label. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, bro. It's I got to give a lot of credit. I got to give a lot of credit to Serbia Star. That's my dog, my 5, my stunner. He really started a lot of that shit. We made a song, and shout out you too. I found him through your Instagram page. I think you posted like top 10, like underground at the time or whatever.
It's crazy that even happened like that.
Yeah.
And he literally is by you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lives in, I think he's from the Boston area.
Yeah.
He lives in the city. Like I said, I'm only an hour from there, so we'd be linking up and shit like that. But he started the whole 5-star shit. Hit me up after that song. He was like, yo, I'm about to start this little collective. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll get in that shit. And since then we got a couple different producers and shit like that. Swage, Debo, he's also an artist. Shout out Debo. We got Spliffy Mars in there. We got Yesh in there. The list goes on too. A bunch of great people, great artists, great producers, people that I really enjoy to work with.
Yeah.
Being that they're close to home too, we're able to link up, shoot videos, studio time, stuff like that. I will say there's no disrespect. And whenever I hear people say, the 5-star Plaqueboy, like, is that Plaqueboy Max? Shout out Plaqueboy Max. Whatever he, everything he does, I think is fire.
Yeah.
And it's never no disrespect or whatever. But I will say, before Plaqueboy Max made the 5-star, Twitch shit, we had that 5-star shit going too. So it's totally different. Same name, but no disrespect. But we have our own shit. They got their own shit, whatever. And it's no competition either. We'd love to work, It's never no competition.
Yeah, 5-star X 5-star.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be tough, right?
Yeah, 10-star. So since Zach's your brother, what's that family dynamic like? Are your parents support everything you guys are doing? Because I know you're the older brother and Zach's younger than you, and he's been going up recently, and so have you. But Zach's gotten like a lot of popularity. How's that dynamic, and how's the brotherhood there?
Yeah, like I said, it's never, and I say this anytime, it's never no competition between Zach. You'll never see me and him beef. If he goes up, we go up.
Yeah.
If I go up, we go up. That's 100%. The type of deal it is. My parents, they love what we do. They support everything. They help me get a lot of my studio shit that I got to this day. It's all a big team. Like I consider my family like a big team, and Zach's success with Element and Like Her, and list goes on with incredible hits. It's like, I love to see that. It's never no jealousy or nothing like that because, like I said, we're a team. I got my own shit going on. He got his own shit going on. But whatever we do, we support each other.
100%.
But yeah, the brotherhood. We've always, I want to give myself a little bit of credit here. He used to make music before y'all even knew he made music. And he was dropping it on BandLab type shit, and he had a little movement on BandLab, and I was like, yo, bro, you gotta push this shit.
Somewhere else, yeah.
He made Element before that was even out. Like anywhere, Element was just sitting in some BandLab file, and I was like, yo, you gotta push this. He started dropping shit. Element pops, boom. You know what I'm saying? That was like
Quick too.
Yeah. And that was like, never felt so proud for him. It's good to see.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Some say you were the person who taught Zach everything he knows.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was making the music before him. I think I didn't really teach him much. I feel like with this music shit, there's only a certain amount of shit that can be taught. You gotta have it.
Yeah.
there's things that, you can't just give anybody a mic and not everybody can make a hit. Not everybody can do that.
For sure.
But he learned a lot from just watching me do it. We used to have the same bedroom. I used to be we got top bunk, the bed bunks or whatever, bed bunks. And I used to be, recording up there, and he'd be listening, and we'd listen to the music together. He listened to Uzi, Cardi, all that shit growing up as well.
Thanks.
So I think just being around it, he was like, yeah, this is hard. I want to try it, and he tried it and he did it. So
yeah,
that was tough.
That's so far that you guys like both do the same thing almost, because it's like a cool thing to have as brothers, especially in the actual family and stuff like that.
I look at it like Ray Shrimmer. Sway Lee and Slim Jimmy. Yeah, that's I like to look at it like that. They're wicked cool people. I grew up listening to them too. They made like that party shit. Like I go to the parties in high school. You hear that shit playing, and like, that's cool to see because they're brothers, and it just goes to show like they were on top of the world, and they still are. Don't get me wrong, they still got a lot going on, but for a long time they were on top of the world as brothers, and that I think that really showed me and Zach that this is possible. That's like a team, like maybe because he lives somewhere else now, he moved away, but we still see each other all the time. We still on the phone every day. We still plotting on how we gonna take this shit over. So it's cool. It's cool to see.
Do you feel like music is like a good way for you guys to bond?
Oh yeah. Anytime we link up, we're in the studio.
Even when you're not at the same place.
Yeah. Even when we're not, wherever. I don't know how far Atlanta is from New Hampshire, but it's a couple hours, at minimum. So
more than 10.
Yeah, we're definitely on the phone a lot, and just making hits and making shit work. Me and him, we could not talk for a few days and be like, let's make a hit and make it happen.
That's fire. Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's just how it is.
And you guys, honestly, you and Zach both make music so fast. It's actually really impressive to watch. Like, especially, I just want to say, even I was talking to Max, who's the artist. We love Max about this.
Shout out Max.
Yeah, shout out Max. You guys throw down like your verses so fast and they're so good, but the attention to detail, your ad-libs is insane. Yeah. And I feel like that really makes a song, especially your style.
Yeah, and we got to give credit to Yeet too.
Shout out Yeet.
I'm gonna say this now. I'm not Yeet. Don't be calling me Yeet, bro. I'm not Yeet.
No Yeet clown.
I'm G3, bro. Ain't nobody trying to be like nobody. I'm trying to be me.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, bro, you got to give credit when credit needs to be given. And not even just Yeet. There's a lot of artists that do it really well. But I look at Yeet like, damn, like he be doing some crazy ass ad libs. He be putting his voice as an instrument.
Yeah.
That's art.
Yeah.
And I take a lot of that. And try to implement that in my own music in my own kind of style. But no, it's the ad libs are really important. That's
for sure.
Sauce. Yeah. I ain't gonna speak too much. That's the secret sauce.
See,
But that's important.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know the ad libs, especially like you and Zach, like. Well, I guess it might be secret sauce. He's the meow.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. You could make any noise. You could fucking meow into that. You could be a dog and woof into that bitch, and that shit gonna sound hard if you make it sound right.
Yep. So, in honor of Zach's interview, I'll bring some more unserious questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Chicken broccoli Alfredo.
Oh, okay. I was not expecting that one.
Yeah, I love Alfredo. I can't really do the red sauce. It'd be giving me that, heartburn, acid reflux shit.
Yep.
Yeah, if you know me, I got acid reflux.
What about favorite drink? I know Zach loves himself some Sprite. What about you?
Shit, I like Sprite too. I love Sprite. Yeah. Probably Sprite or like, I don't know. I be drinking some. You ever get that high C from from McDonald's? They get the large one, the orange. Yeah, that shit good. That shit good as fuck.
Orange iced or fruit punch iced?
I like orange.
Orange,
yeah.
Fruit punch.
I don't like how fruit punch be making my tongue look hella red.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I look like a weirdo.
Facts on God. Like a weirdo.
Like a weirdo, you know what I'm saying?
Favorite candy?
Favorite candy?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like cowtails.
Cowtails.
You ever tried them cowtails before?
Nah.
They're so good. I think that's what they call, right? Cowtails? Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, they're good as fuck. They're like they got like this little white sauce thing in the middle. It's good as fuck.
I've never heard of that ever.
I'm gonna have to get you some.
That's fire.
I'm gonna have to get you some.
Since we're actually in the Outer Banks right now in North Carolina, what stands out as the difference between being down south in North Carolina, like by the beach, and being where you're from in New Hampshire, right next to Boston?
Yeah. I mean, it's, the weather is hot here. That's one thing I noticed right away being from the north. I'm from New England. So, it's a little bit colder weather there. I mean, during the summer, it definitely gets this hot, but we only have a few months where it's this hot.
Yeah.
You guys have this a lot more. So when I come out here, bro, I be getting hot as fuck, for one. And just like I feel like the vibe is a little bit different, too.
Yeah.
When you meet people and you interact with new artists, the vibe's different, Sometimes, and I'm not saying this in any disrespect at all, but like when I meet people from, Boston, another city in the area, where I'm from is Worcester. There's a lot of swag out there. The way people carry themselves is a little bit different than the way people carry themselves here.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's no swag here. There's a lot of swag here. Another rapper I want to shout out that I be fucking with heavy from North Carolina. Not, his name's MGR. He was on the Jerk album.
Yep.
I love the way he carries himself. I love his sound, and even with We Love Max. I love the way he carries himself. His swag. I look at that shit like heavily. I like the swag in a person. I like the not the aura, but like the way they aura.
They carry themselves.
Yeah. If you got it, you got it. And a lot of people in Boston and the Worcester area, like New England in general, they got that. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But it's there's not really much of a difference between here and there. The people, everyone's good people. There's good people all around the world.
Any releases or anything you're working on right now that you haven't told anybody about?
That I haven't told nobody about. Okay. Well, you saw the success with the Jerk, and you were a part of that. The Jerk EP itself. Might be working on a part 2. Definitely am working on a part 2. A bunch of videos, obviously shot by Nathan himself.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, we're definitely pushing the Jerk 2 coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Talking 5-6 tracks, 4, 5, 6. Who knows? Whatever I'm feeling. Couple good features on there. Expect Zach on that bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, Jerk 2, and then more collective music with the 5-Star group. Serbia Star is about to drop an album real soon.
Hell yeah.
If not this month, next month. So we're help him out with that. Whatever he needs, he's gonna get my help. Zach's dropping an album. I'm gonna be on that bitch. Yeah, there's a lot of good music coming.
Is there anything specific people should be looking out for soon?
Soon. Just like visuals,
Oh yeah.
We got the visuals, like I said, with you. If it ain't filmed by Cineteria, it ain't filmed right. But
said it, not me.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Jerk 2's coming. That's not any time like real. I'm not rushing that at all. I want that shit to be perfect. But that's coming. And then a lot of features. Like I said, I'm on Zach's album. That's coming soon, real soon.
Yep.
And then me and Serbia Star, we got a lot of music coming. Spliffy Mars, me and Spliff. Yeah, we got a lot of shit. Like there's a lot of features,
Oh yeah. Have you actually recorded anything for Jerk 2 yet?
Oh yeah. We've got some shit.
Oh, yeah.
We got some shit.
Oh, yeah. How many unreleased songs do you say that you have right now?
Hundreds, thousands maybe.
Damn.
Yeah, there's so much. I don't have storage on my. If I had to guess, bro, I would need like 4 or 5 phones for storage. Like I gotta put a lot of shit on the computer, you know. I can't even really put everything on my phone and listen to it. A lot of shit's old, and it probably won't ever get released.
Yeah.
Shit, if y'all want to buy it, go ahead. But nah, there's a lot of old shit, but a lot of the new shit, it's stuff that we're just preparing for. Timing is everything. But yeah, there's a lot of music, probably hundreds. I would probably say like 500-600 songs.
That's far.
Yeah.
That's far. That's crazy. Yeah. Is there any specific producers that you like working with?
Oh man, there's a lot. Swage, he's in the 5-Star group. I love working with him. There's a lot, man. Me and Zach been really tapped in with OK. There's another one too. I can never remember. There's so many names in the industry, But I'll probably just say them two for now. Swage, OK. I mean Debo, he's also in the 5-Star group. A lot of good beats there. There's another one, man. I can't remember his name.
The Dogmerd?
Dogmerd's tough. Yeah, Dogmerd as well. North, he produced Stack That Money. We also have a lot of unreleased shit to do.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I would say that's a good list right now. Dogmerd, Kelly, where you at?
Yep.
I have a brain block right now. There's a lot of sun, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
There's a lot of producers that I really like working with. There's a lot in 5-star. Cage, fuck Cage.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good one too. He works with Serbia a lot. That's definitely Serbia's main producer right there.
Yeah.
But fuck Cage is crazy. I don't really have much music with him, but we definitely gonna get something.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the 5-star.
Yeah. Facts. If there are any producers watching this that want to send you beats, is there anything that you look for specifically or something that you wouldn't look for that you wouldn't want to rap on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't send me shit that how do I say this nicely? I just I don't understand sometimes why I be going in my beat email and be seeing like Bryson Tiller type beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what is G3 gonna do on that shit?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it, I'll try, but just send me some. If you really want to work with me, listen to my music.
Yeah.
Because I can tell when you haven't heard a single song by me and you sending me beats.
Mm-hmm. Just trying to get some money.
Yeah, and that's one thing too I hate. I understand with the music shit you want to make money. Like features artists want to make money.
Yeah.
Producers, they want to make money on their beats, but you gotta make art before you make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the way that I work, and I'm sure every other artist will work like this too, is like, this is good advice for any artist coming up or any producers that want to work with big artists. Not everybody's gonna buy the beat first. That's not how it works in the underground right now. And I don't know about mainstream. I ain't there yet. But with the underground, I want to make a song on that beat first, and if I like it, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and any artist that is legit will buy it because we don't want that shit to get copywritten.
Yeah, for sure. You want to build relationships.
Yeah, and it's never no beef or nothing like that. But that's not the way I work. I'm not gonna buy the beat first.
Yeah.
And then make a song on it that I don't even like. You know, it just don't make sense.
Understandable. That makes sense. Do you have any other advice to up and coming artists or your fans, supporters that you want to give that are trying to do the same thing like you?
Yeah, just be you. Be you. I feel like people like me and Zach because we're us. We're genuine. I mean, I love working with new artists and shit like that. I always want to experiment. Just be you, bro. And like, that's what's gonna make you go. Because if you're trying to be somebody else, then you know how that shit go. You're gonna get hate. You know what I'm saying? But
it's not authentic.
Just be you. Just be you. That goes for anybody. Videographers. Producers. Like create some shit. You can make the new sound.
Yeah.
You can make the new wave that blows the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like who made Jerk?
Exactly. Yeah.
That shit. I don't know. I don't even know who made Jerk, but that shit blew up.
Yeah.
Whoever made Jerk better have their credit. And that was a risk. That's a risk that people got to take. Sometimes you got to start some new shit to, pop off. And I think that's dope. If you're you, then there's no way you can't go wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well said. So I know you've had a kid who's recently just turned 1 last year. Mm-hmm. How's that been with music? And have you learned anything personally about yourself or just life lessons through being a new parent?
Yeah. No, not to dive too deep onto it because like I know a lot of people are here for, the music side of this shit, but I got a baby boy. It's my everything. Literally my everything. I'd do anything for him. And I'm sure any father would, but I literally would. And that's my goal, bro. It didn't really do much to the music besides take a little bit of time away for a while because when, baby mama was pregnant, you got to help her out. You got to take care of her. You got to, make sure everything's right. You got baby showers, gender reveals, shit like that. So I was real busy at the time. Mm-hmm. Music wasn't really my main focus for a while. So I would say for a good 8-9 months, I wasn't making shit. Yeah. And then at the time too, I'm only 23 years old. This is 2 years ago when my girl was pregnant. I was only 21 years old, so I was a little bit nervous, you know.
Yeah.
My mind wasn't right. I wasn't in the right mindset for, you know, making art. And but yeah, no, once everything was said and done, you know, my boy was born, and the music just came back to me, and I honestly feel like I make better music now than when I was before, because I feel like there's a step in life that you got to take when you have a child that only people would understand if you had to take that step. Shit will grow you up real fast, you know. Shit will grow you up real fast, and now you got somebody that depends on you, you know. So
Yeah.
I take this shit serious. Like, music is like a job to me, you know. This is my job. I want to do this for my life. So, and you know, I can see where it can take you, and I want that for me and my family. You know, I don't want my son Ace to have to struggle growing up, you know.
Sure.
So I would literally do anything, you know. So, but as far as with the music and my son, it doesn't interfere at all. It's just a little bit less time, you know, always out and about doing show or whatever, or studio. There's a little bit more time at home, because I'm not gonna miss, you know, him growing up.
Yeah.
It's family first.
For sure.
Yeah, but family first, and whatever comes after, it comes after.
Got good priorities.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
Yeah, 100%. So is there anything you think the viewers or the fans might want to know that they don't already know about you?
I mean, I feel like a lot of the shit that's said in the music speaks for itself. You know, I'm just a 23-year-old dude trying to make something out of music shit.
Yeah.
Good people behind my back. You know, I'm just a normal ass dude. That's one thing I want to know, the people to know. I'm a normal ass dude, bro. Like, a lot of people, and I feel like this comes with the music and shit like that. They get images of you because of the sound of music that we make. I'm a normal ass dude, and if you ever meet me in person and you like my music, you know, you'll say the same thing. You're like, I'm just here.
Yeah.
You know, just like everybody else. Just trying to have a good time, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know? Music is my heart. It's literally what I want to do, and what I will do, for the rest of my life. I know this, and yeah, I really enjoy doing it, and I really enjoy making the art, and can't wait to see where it takes me.
From a videographer standpoint, interviewing an artist, I want to know, what do you look for in a good visual, and what's something that personally for you where visuals stand out, where you think you're like, this is fire, this is good?
I only have a couple videos out. You know, you've made a lot of them, and then I've worked with other ones, other guys that do this shit, and girls. I really like when a videographer works with the artist, like, to get what I want. You know, there's been times before where me and Zach have actually called off shots because it's like I got weird. Where like they had their, you know, it's great for everyone to have their own image, but at the end of the day, it's really about what the artist wants, you know. And then not only that, but with the videographer too, you got to just make it work, and not many people can make it work. You know, they can't, like, because with the videos that we've done before, me and you have, like, you said you have this image and I have this image, so we make it work.
Yep.
We combine it.
Collaborative.
Yeah.
Collaborative.
But not many people can do that.
Yeah.
That's what I found.
Yeah.
So I think it's dope when, you know, you can work as a team on a piece of art. And like make it work as one collective image that we both agreed on.
Both minds together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I actually feel like the visuals come out good because if I hear a song, I have an immediate idea for a video, but then you might have an idea since you made the song, and then most of the time I found that it's actually, the video's better when they're together. Yeah. Like, it's from somebody who's been doing videos, like, I know what would look crazy, and then you have an idea of what the song either means to you or just the vibe of it when you were making it, and I found that putting it together is way more fun and better result in the end too. And if you have an idea and also you might not know how to obviously like execute that specifically, I feel like once we collaborate on it, it expands, and it's like a stepping stones into a bigger idea.
Exactly. Exactly. You're spot on. And it's like you said, the artist made the song. So, you know, they already have like an idea of what they want it to be. When I'm recording a song, I'm thinking about visuals, I'm thinking about performing this bitch, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's super important. You know, making shit work between both minds. Super important.
Yeah, yeah. I think being flexible on both ends is really important for that.
Super
Yeah.
important.
So it's easy to work with you. It's fun time, and you're open to everything. It's not like we're both gonna force each other to do some shit that we don't feel like is good for the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's putting a trust into people too that you've never worked with before. Some people they have trust issues in the music industry. And
Yeah.
that's totally fine. That there might be personal life issues that may have happened.
Yeah.
But you got to trust people. Like we didn't even know each other at all.
Yeah.
And when me and you met, like we've talked about this countless times, me and Zach, and then you and Max.
Yeah.
It's like snap of a finger, we connected.
Yeah.
So that's super dope. If you can get that with other people around the world, there's no way you're not gonna have the best.
Yes.
The best shit ever.
Yes.
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 That's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
If you don't know, this is my third time seeing him in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like we went to the Outer Banks the first time, and then we shot Element and Polar, and then I think we only hung out for like 2 days, and then we came to Boston where you guys were for like 5 days about, and then 2 years later, I've seen him for another time.
Yeah, there's time.
It's just like it's not like I felt like I don't feel like we haven't hung out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's super dope. It's me and Zach are, like I said, we're normal people.
Yeah.
And that's super important because if you get a weird vibe around people, you can't really continue to make great things with them.
Yeah.
There's a reason that we've met 3 times now.
Yes. Yeah.
So
100%.
that's important. Having a good relationship with your people around you. Create art that works for both of you. Just be open-minded.
100%.
Open-minded. Share your thoughts.
100%.
Don't be afraid. If you're an artist and you're going to shoot your first video or shoot video for any song, don't be afraid to share your thoughts because at the end of the day, that's your song.
Mm-hmm.
I share my thoughts with him every time, and then he puts his input in too, and we make it work.
Yep.
Every time.
For sure.
Every time.
100%.
That's how it works.
Yeah, ideas are never bad.
Nope.
Ideas are never bad.
Nope. I'm not trying to give crazy advice. I'm still learning a lot of shit myself, but this is just shit that I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
Take what I say with a grain of salt, but this is just shit that I've learned in my time.
Why do you think you like creating just in general as an artist?
I love seeing people's reactions. I love that. I feel like that's like the best part, I have like a few videos on YouTube where people like reacted to my album. And dude, I used to grow up watching those. You know? That's so dope. I really like the reaction. You know what I'm saying? People, you get on stage, you see people jumping around and stuff. That's so cool. Like I make everything I make in my basement. In my studio in my basement by myself. And I mean, occasionally we'll go to the studio, whatever. I really find that I enjoy recording at home rather, in the studio.
Anything else, yeah. Do you think that's also your favorite part about being an artist in general? Like just people's reactions?
People's reactions, and I just like to share, information about me through my music and, through social media, stuff like that. I understand how, some people might think it's, this is not for them. And I get that.
Yeah,
I get that 100%. Not everybody wants to do this, but this is what I really enjoy to do. I really enjoy people's reactions and, meeting all these cool people that I've already met. I wouldn't have met, all you. I wouldn't have met, Serb. I wouldn't have met, the whole 5-Star Collective. I wouldn't have met all these people that I've worked with all these years,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You think you feel like you'll travel a lot more? Because since you're an artist?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I travel a lot more. Yeah. I travel all the time for this shit. Yeah. I make it work, though. I don't want it to interfere with my life. Because, I got a baby boy now. So I want to make sure I spend time with him, spend time with my baby mama, and, also, make things work with the music shit, too.
Oh, yeah.
You got to make things work. If you can't, I'll put it this way, bro. If you can't multitask with life, in general, you can't do this. You can't. And you've seen it. You've been here the last few days, at the B&B we got in the Outer Banks right now. Shout out Outer Banks. I love this place. You gotta your family, like they say, family and business is 2 different places, but sometimes they collide and you gotta be able to make it work.
Yep.
It's really that's all that's got to be said about that,
Very well said. Very well said. I agree with that 100%. It's tough, but it's what's required a lot of time.
It's life, bro. That's a part of growing up too. You know, I've met there's a lot of, and this is no diss at all, like at all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of younger kids in the industry too, and a lot of the problems that I have, they wouldn't be able to understand, which I understand because they don't understand. I know they don't understand.
Yeah.
I see it.
They haven't been through some stuff.
But you know, that's just once it's part of growing up. Like I said, I'm 23 years old. You know, I feel like I still have a lot to learn, but be as humble as I can, and go on with my path. Follow the path of God or whatever. So, and just keep going. That's really all it is. At the end of the day, I just want to make sure that everything I do is I try to do it in my way. Because I don't want to ever ruin relationships with my family or anything like that, because I took too much time in doing something that wasn't supposed to be done at that time. It's really important to be able to multitask with music and the family and shit like that. So that's where I think that's important.
Yeah.
Anyone that has family at home, like any kids or anything like that makes music, would understand.
Yeah.
And I'm sure even you listening, you understand.
Yeah, 100%. And sometimes you have to make sacrifices on each end.
Yeah.
But you just got to pick which one. You don't always know in the moment, but for you, do you feel like your perspective now that you kind of had to grow up decently young has given you a better perspective for your music stuff, like how to move forward with your music stuff, like in a way seriously, where you're obviously it's been serious from the beginning, but in a serious manner where you're trying to make
I feel like everything's a little bit more organized. Like I said, timing is everything. Being organized, timing, and just the knowledge that I have too from being doing this for so many years. You got to know when to drop something or when to release something, because you can't rush it.
Yeah.
Too many times I see artists, they drop a song, they don't like it, they delete it, so they drop a new song.
Yeah.
It's like, why do that, bro?
Yeah.
Just let the one that you just dropped, eat up for a little bit. Even if you don't like it, promote it.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
maybe someone's gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Pope. I hate the song Pope. I do not like that song.
Yeah.
But it blew up.
Yeah.
So why would I delete it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't really like that song Pope, but people fucked with it, so rock with it.
For sure. Do you feel like a lot of artists now that are trying to do stuff seriously, like I think this too, that's why I'm asking you, is like, do you think they don't promote enough?
Nah, no, nobody ever. I feel like people got to promote more for sure. Myself, it's one thing that Zach does really well is promote really well.
Yeah.
Use your social media, TikTok, X, Instagram Reels, YouTube Reels. Use all that. Why not?
Yeah.
It's given to you for free. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Literally.
I say this to all my friends at home too. Like if you have access to these things and you want to do Twitch streaming, you want to do music, you want to do videographer, like making videos and stuff, you want to do interviews like this, you want to do YouTube videos to music reactions or vlogs or whatever it is, and you have open availability to promote on every platform and have the possibility to blow up and make money off this shit, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Why the fuck wouldn't you?
One life.
Yeah. Like why won't you just take that step?
Yeah. What do you say to people who think it's cringy? Like they're scared to do it because they're pointing fingers, but they're scared to do it because they think people are gonna think it's cringy.
You care way too much about other people's thoughts.
Yeah.
If you think that, then you care way too much.
Yeah.
You probably should hop up out of that shell that you're under.
Yeah.
Insecurity travels deep then. Don't be insecure. Fucking drop whatever you want to drop. Do whatever you want to do. One of my boy Greg at home, he does fishing. And I used to think, I'm not going to lie, and he's going to watch this, I know this. I used to think that, he was insecure about being on social media, but he's a great fisherman. Mm-hmm. He does fishing all the time. He goes, this kid wakes up at 3 a.m. to go catch bass, bro.
Damn.
You ain't going to catch me doing that. But he does that. And it's like, I told him, bro, get a GoPro. Film that shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people do like to do that.
Yeah.
And like 100%. To watch that shit. And I think he's gonna take that step into doing that.
Hell
I
yeah.
love seeing that, bro. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Like people doing what they want to do, and like don't give a fuck about what other people got to say about it or think about it. Like I literally could care less if you don't like my music.
Yeah.
You got country music that way, go listen that way.
Yeah.
Or you got rock music that way, go listen that way.
Yeah.
If you don't like my shit, whatever. But I know a lot of people are gonna like it, so why would I stop?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's not like you're doing
You
it
know,
for them
you know.
either.
it don't make no sense to not use what's given to you.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree. Music-wise, for you, what do you think the top 3 favorite songs of yours that you've made is?
That I've made?
Yeah.
Ooh, damn. That's a good question, bro. That's a real good question. You know, I really like Evil Twin with Zach. There's something about that song, bro. I just love that song. It's really hard to pick because everything that I drop, I really enjoy. You know, I didn't release it for no reason. I'm gonna say Evil Twin, Bands Boo, and shit. Damn, this is hard, bro. Evil Twin, Bands Boo, and fuck it, let's go with
It's been so far.
I like Well Fed right now.
Well Fed, yeah, I like Well Fed too.
Well Fed, the first song off the G3 Volume
Yeah.
1. Yeah, I really like that song right now.
That
I'm gonna
song's
just go as of right now on this day. Those 3
It's fire.
right now.
Bands Boo is definitely top 5 for me.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that like Bands Boo.
Yeah, Bands Boo is fire. What are your favorite people to have featured on your songs? And then who do you love to get featured on yourself?
I mean, I love working with Zach. That's given. Me and Zach make the greatest shit ever.
Yeah.
Whenever we like link up, it's hit after hit, and you know, we have literally hundreds of songs. You know, I really like working with Zach. Really like working with like Serbia Star. Me and him, we link up in person and make shit. And then even when we're not in person, you know, he'll send me an open or I'll send him an open, and we just make something wicked fire at it. I would say right now those 2.
Those 2?
Yeah, Zach
then-
and Serb. Yeah,
Who's your favorite to be featured on yourself? Like if you're featured on a song?
Zach song.
Zach song?
Yeah,
For sure.
I love featuring on Zach songs whenever it's really easy process, and I like featuring on Serbs too. You know, it's a really easy process. Whatever they send me, I love. So it's
True that.
like, I feel like when you like something a lot, it's really easy to make a hit out of it. Like if Zach sends me a song, and I love it, it's an easy ass feature. If Serb sends me a song and I love it, which with them too, I always love it.
Yeah.
It's easy to do. You know, so definitely them too.
That makes sense. And just for people wondering, are you still recording songs on BandLab?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Still on BandLab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Occasionally, I mean, I got FL too, but you know, the recording process on BandLab and the presets that we have, the presets.
The sauce.
The sauce, yeah. Those are the shit. Yeah, I love BandLab. BandLab's so easy, bro. I literally could like take my phone with me anywhere I go. I figured out a way to hook up a mic like this into the mic, you know, to my phone.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm damn near like mainstream mic on BandLab. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the sauce right there.
Hell yeah. Yo.
Oh shit. We got somebody pulling.
You know
up.
what I mean? Somebody's there. You pull him in the front. Dude, you're wet, dude. Come get in the front, yeah.
I'm wet. I'm wet.
Say what's up.
What's up with it? Interview G3. Next up, 2025.
There he is. There's Zach. Like I said, bro, Zach's easily one of the easiest people for me to work with, bro. We're blood brothers, so yeah, it's cool. Everything's cool.
Hell yeah. What do you think your favorite song they made with Zach is?
Damn. What do you think, Zach? What do you think your favorite song is, boy? Shit. Nah, I'll probably go Evil Twin right now.
Polar.
Polar?
Evil Twin or Polar. Polar is just a hit though.
It's
you know?
just generational.
Yeah.
Dude, Polar's so fire.
Get back here.
Polar. No doubt.
Polar's tough. I really like Polar and Evil Twin for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like those 2. And then we got another one coming on his album. Ain't nobody heard that yet, but that shit is hard. Yeah. That shit's hard. Yeah, they don't even know about that.
Don't even know. Just wait. No manners.
No manners.
Dude, Polar's fire. I fuck with Polar.
You like Polar?
Yeah, every time, because we filmed in Outer Banks too, I drive past the place we filmed it. It's like nostalgic.
Oh
almost.
yeah. It's cool vibes, bro. It's cool vibes.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Now I got a question for you, bro. Since you like asking all the motherfucking questions.
Yep.
What's your favorite G3 song, bro?
All time G3 song?
All time. Like, I'm talking about you throw this bitch on, you getting turned every time. Like, you hear this shit in the crowd, right? You're at a concert. You came to Boston. You came to my city.
Yep.
And you in the crowd, and you all of a sudden this song, boom, it comes on. What is it?
That's a good question. That's really good because Bands Boo is going to be up there. It's a strong contestant. Dude, I have to look at my phone.
Yeah.
I gotta scroll, dude.
All right. Let's take a look. Hey, we're gonna judge him right now. Let's see. I know he's tapped in, and that ain't the problem.
No, I have too many options. That's the problem. Too many options. I don't want to forget one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Through the phone, not my favorite, but I've been bumping that. I fuck with the sample on that one.
Yeah. Through the phone's tough. Tell Soulja Boy to clear the through the phone sample. Yes. Goddamn, trying to post that on all platforms. Soulja, come on, man, work with me.
Oh, you know what? It's probably my all favorite. Probably 5-Star Chick.
Holy shit! I really
fuck with that song.
Yo, 5-Star Chick's an old one, bro.
I really fuck with 5-Star Chick.
Yeah, that's before the real EP. Yeah. Damn, I respect that, bro. I respect that a lot.
5-Star. I don't know why, but that song gives me fucking lit every time.
Bumps?
Yeah,
I do like that one. I like that one.
I like Give a Fuck too. I probably do
5-Star Chick?
Yeah.
You like 5-Star Chick?
Yes, it's just... We should still do the music video for this. Yeah, 5-Star Chick. I'll say 5-Star Chick is my favorite. Yeah.
Damn, okay. 5-Star Chick. Yeah. I like that.
Yep.
It's your 5-Star Chick.
Yeah, 5-Star Chick.
For the clear.
Hell yeah. So, where can people find you?
Where can people find me?
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. g3urin. It also stands for Garen. A lot of people don't know how to say my name. I don't blame you. There is a 3 in my name. Probably throws you off. Garen. That's how you say my name. Garen.
Yep. Garen.
You can also just call me G3. But Garen, spelled exactly how my artist name is. G3urin. All platforms, Instagram, and anywhere. Anywhere, man. That's where I'm at.
Hell yeah. All right. I appreciate you coming on the Cineteria interview.
Of course, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Hell yeah. Excited for all the stuff we have coming out soon. A couple videos.
Yeah. Like I said, if it ain't filmed by Cineteria, it ain't filmed right.
Hell yeah. You heard it here.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Catch you later. That's fire.
I'm on my 5 in the cut. If she ain't fucking that bitch, she get cut. Whole lot of money, but it ain't enough. Smoking exotic, I get a hit rush.